What's good, guys? Back here with another video. Let's get right into this. Now, before I get into this, I know y'all see the new belt. Gotta show it off. But I was in Cincinnati for Monday Night Raw last night. I had a great time. Hope they come back sometime later this year. But let's get right into this. Johnathan Allen, what is going on? Now, it looks like Washington is looking to move Johnathan Allen because they've granted him permission to seek a trade. And I think we have some diamonds in the rough, especially with Newton. And then we also have Payne still. I mean, I would honestly keep Johnathan Allen and Newton, but Johnathan Allen is costing us the most in cap right now, and I'm sure that Washington is in a win now mode. But he saves us a lot in cap. And if we're gonna go out here and get like Myles Garrett, or I've seen some speculations that we might be looking at Max Crosby, maybe, and just maybe, that might be what we're doing. But there's no guarantee that that's exactly what we're doing. So, in my opinion, Johnathan Allen, he's been he's been an anchor for us. And not like holding us down in a bad way, but he's been one of the sole guys from the Ron Rivera era that he was still there. I mean, there's him, there's Sam Cosmi, and Daron Payne. If I'm missing anybody, let me know. But yes. And it seems like that they're trying to get, I wouldn't say like this is exactly what they're doing, but it seems like some guys that were drafted throughout the Ron Rivera era, it just looks like, well, that's not the way they're going. And it seems like that they're trying to revamp the whole team. Now, Sam Cosmi, I hope he go nowhere. I know he had a terrible injury against the Eagles, but I hope he goes nowhere. Nowhere. But Johnathan Allen has been granted a chance to seek a trade, and also he's going to save us a lot in cap. Now, if we're going to trade him, I'm looking at least a first-round pick. First and third, I'm looking at 2 seconds and a fourth. I'm looking at a player and a second. I don't care. We got to do player for player. I don't care what we got to do. But if he's going to save us so much in cap, we need to bring in some studs. I don't want to trade him for a bag of chips and a Pepsi. Or trading him for just a shirt off my back. And this shirt was like $40. Yeah, nah. We need to go and get somebody that's actually worth it. That's going to be sentimental to win. Because he's still got some years to him. You know, he hasn't hit the wall yet. And I think he's a little older than Daron Payne, if I think of that correctly. But then also you got to think of the fact that Daron Allen and Johnathan Payne have been playing side by side since the days of Bama. Since they were in Bama. That 2016 defense, something I will never forget as an Alabama fan. And at the helm of that defense was Reuben Foster. In the trenches, Daron Payne and Johnathan Allen. In Washington, you know, it was all about our D-line. Daron Payne, Johnathan Allen, Chase Young, Montez Sweat. Guess what? Now it's just Daron Payne and Johnathan Allen. And now it's going to be just Daron Payne. So hopefully we can bring in somebody that's not just going to be a backup, that's going to be a day one starter and be a difference maker to the team and push us over the hump, because we got to deal with Philly twice a year. And if we keep making the playoffs, we might have to deal with Philly again. I don't really think I like those odds. So we need to bring in somebody defensively that's going to help us, whether it's a linebacker, you know, somebody like a Nick Bolton. I'm not saying it has to be Nick Bolton, but if y'all see what Nick Bolton was doing to Saquon in the Super Bowl, he was all over him. They were all over him. Or we can bring in another top flight corner. Don't know who we'd go out and get, but hey, hopefully Washington does the right thing here with Johnathan Allen and brings in some compensation that's going to help us go get somebody else, or trade him for somebody else that's actually going to help us. Well, we shall see. We shall see, guys. Stay with me, and I will see y'all in my next one. I'm out.